What's up, my friends? Welcome to another video. I'm Rob Stuart. I'm here to help you get your skin and your overall health back on track. In today's video, I'm going to be covering the topic of how to read your biomarkers. Reading your biomarkers is the key to customizing your diet and healing your skin, curing your skin health long term. Stay tuned. What the hell is a biomarker? Okay, real quick review for those of you who are not hip to the topic yet. So the biggest mistake that most people make when trying to heal their skin is that they focus on the symptom, the skin surface, the itchiness, the redness, the scaling, all of the horribleness that goes along with eczema, dermatitis, and psoriasis. They focus on trying to see if their skin responds to certain foods when your skin actually won't tell you anything for a very long time. Your biomarkers are your body's signals, and if you can heal your biomarkers, you will also heal your immune system and your autonomic nervous system and your digestion and your filtration system, leading to your skin healing. So if you can heal your biomarkers, then you can also heal your skin. Your skin will follow the biomarkers. Let's get into what the biomarkers are first of all. Okay, so your biomarkers are basically your body's human performance metrics. Unlike inflammatory tests, prick tests, poop tests, blood tests, all of the food allergy tests that dermatologists do and naturopaths do and doctors do, those tests are completely inconclusive most of the time. There's too many counter contradictions within the food, so those tests are not reliable. And the biomarkers do not lie. They can't lie unless you're lying about them. So let's take a look first of all at the biomarker list. So number one, sex drive. How vigorous and horny and turned on are you in a healthy way by the opposite sex or whatever turns you on? Noticing differences in your sex drive is a direct input at how your hormonal, your testosterone, your GH, your estrogen levels, even your neurotransmitters are operating and performing. Number two, your sleep. That's a pretty obvious one. How quality was your sleep? Did you sleep 2 hours? Did you sleep 6 hours? Were you restless? Were you itching all night? You can't really lie about your sleep. You really can't lie about your sex drive. You either have it or you don't. It's either good or it's bad. The next biomarker is your daily poop. Again, very straightforward. How was your daily poop? Did you take 1? Did you take 2? Did you take 7? Were you constipated? Did you have diarrhea? Was it somewhere in between? Daily poop. Your overall mood. Are you generally optimistic, happy, glad to be alive, looking to do things in the world, having fun, generally just in a good mood? Or is your mood all over the place, up and down? Emotionally, you swing right, you swing left, and it's kind of all over the place. You might be depressed one day and on top of the world the next day. So your mood, again, is something that you can obviously see, and it doesn't really lie. You're either feeling good or you're not. Next biomarker is energy. So how much energy do you have throughout the day? Are you falling asleep at noon? Do you have that 4 p.m. crash? Do you have consistent energy from the time you wake up to the time that you go to bed? Energy is a very straightforward one. Your fitness levels, and this is probably the most challenging one for a lot of people because some of you guys who are suffering from skin disease aren't doing any fitness, and that's part of your problem. So if you're not doing any sort of fitness, well, you have to start to be able to log and chart this biomarker. Fitness levels does not mean how well you perform in the gym at a bodybuilding competition. It just means how well and how productive are your movement sessions, your workout sessions. For instance, if you're someone who likes to hike, noticing, oh man, this hike was really hard today and I do this all the time, or oh, this hike is getting easier, or I'm out of breath. Your fitness levels, when you exercise, when you move, when you play, when you're doing physical activity, even things like doing lawn work or manual labor, that's fitness. That's your body's fitness level. So paying attention to that and having some ability to notice when it's different, when it's good, and when it's bad. So this one's for the guys only. Women have to be a little bit more tuned into other things, which is really too graphic for me to talk about in a family style video, but I'm sure if you're a woman, you can understand what I'm talking about. For men, a key biomarker is morning woods. Do you get morning woods? Do you not get morning woods? It's pretty obvious. Next biomarker is body fat. How much body fat do you have on your body? And this is not a biomarker to try to make everyone into a fitness person or a bodybuilder or anything close to that. Just noticing shifts in your body fat. Is your body fat way too low? Are you way too lean? Is it way hard to put on healthy weight? Or are you someone who carries a lot of extra body fat? These are key ingredients for your biomarkers. Similar to body fat is body weight. What is the ideal body weight for you as an individual? How close are you to that body weight? Are you drastically underweight, meaning most of the time you're not assimilating and digesting your food correctly? Are you way overweight? These are things to notice. These are key biomarkers. Moving on. Your mental focus. So how hard is it for you to get through a day mentally, having really good conversations with people, being able to articulate your words? We've all had those days where you sit in front of your computer and you just feel dumb. That's your mental focus. It's a great thing to pay attention to. It's a great thing to notice. And the last biomarker that you really have to worry about is your gas and your bloating and your digestion around your meals, after meals, when you're not eating. Do you get farts and toots and urgles and burgles? Are you bloated? Do you eat a meal and then you look down and your belly looks like it's pregnant, even though you are not pregnant or a man? So that is the list of biomarkers. The more important thing is what we do with that list. So how we use these biomarkers to tell us whether foods are working for us or not is the most important thing. Now, here's the thing that most of you don't want to hear, but it's what you have to accept if you want to cure and heal your skin long term. Number one, you have to customize your diet, which is the whole point of these biomarkers. And number two, to read biomarkers, it's gonna take more than 30 days or 20 days or a few weeks. It's gonna take 3 months, it's gonna take 6 months, it's gonna take 9 months, it's gonna take 3-month blocks doing your biomarkers correctly to get the proper data feedback to make the proper refinements with your diet. What do I mean by that? It's pretty darn simple. First of all, if you're confused about where to start, that's what my 3 phases workbook is all about. It teaches you the whole biomarker system and it gives you a staple food list that's the safest foods that I've found so far. It's a good place to start. So using your biomarkers as your main feedback, you have to journal them on a daily basis. 4 times a week, 5 times a week is best. So you have your diet and you're eating your diet and you're keeping your diet clean and you're sticking to a staple food list. And then as the days go by, you're journaling what your biomarkers are. And here's where you can have as much wiggle room as you want. You can use a number system. Sex drive, 10. Sleep, 4. Mood was a 3. And I'm talking, 1 being poor, 10 being great. Or you can give yourself more data by journaling a little bit. Sex drive. Last night I had totally crazy dreams and I've been totally horny all day. Or let's say body fat. My body fat seems to be dropping. You can journal your biomarkers any way you want. You just have to have it make sense for you. And the most important thing is that you can look back at the data and the data is very clear and honest. That's the whole key. As the weeks and months go by, you're trying to manipulate your diet to change your biomarkers in a positive way. That is the whole key to customizing your diet. Once you have created a staple food list or you know the foods to avoid because of the foods that have affected your biomarkers negatively, you simply remove them and you focus on the foods that are positively affecting your biomarkers. Also, there's another key ingredient with your food intake. Your macros, meaning the amount of fat, carbs, and protein percentage from your diet, your overall calories, those affect your biomarkers drastically too. Some of this sounds a little complicated, but you really don't have to complicate things too far. Minimize your diet to a staple food list. Chart your biomarkers by journaling and look back at the data after a few weeks to see if there are shifts. If the biomarkers are going up, stay on course. If the biomarkers are all over the place, you're gonna have to make some refinements and adjustments. That's how you figure out trigger foods for you as an individual, and that's how you figure out the right diet for you as an individual. Healing your skin is not about copying someone else's diet. It's about customizing the diet that your gut biome needs to heal through your biomarkers. Now, here's something to keep in mind, and this is generally why I don't have my clients write down their biomarkers for the first 1 to 3 weeks. Any diet that you start, especially if you come from a high carb diet and then you transition to a high fat diet, or if you go from a vegan diet to a diet that is incorporating meat, your body has to go through a transitional phase. It's enzyme production, its ability to assimilate and digest nutrients. That is something that your body gets really specific and good at. So if you're eating a high carb diet for the past 10 years and then you start to introduce high levels of fat, your body won't feel good. All of your biomarkers will be off for a certain time. So once you start your clean eating and you've been consistent with it, give it a week, 3 weeks at the most, and then start your biomarker journaling process. And it will lead you in the right direction, and it will be very clear if you pay attention to them and you're very honest about them. It's actually a pretty straightforward method once you get the hang of it. But again, take your time. This is a learning process. It's a practice. There's no place to end up. Customizing your diet's an art form, and it's gonna take a little bit of time. It's gonna take consistency, and it's gonna take you being really honest with your biomarkers so that you have the right data so that you can refine your diet and your overall practice in the correct way. If you guys have questions or comments, leave them down below. As I said in the video, there is a whole book that I've written about how to read your biomarkers and where to start with the diet, how to do the cleansing, how to do the detox. It's at my website, holistichealthactivation.com. There's a link in the description box for a consultation. That same link takes you to the website where you can buy the 3 phases workbook, which is the step-by-step guide for healing the skin. The biomarkers are all in there and how to use them. Also, down below you can find links for Skinessa, which is the world's best probiotic for healthy skin. It is absolutely wonderful. It's giving great results to my clients and to myself. I take it every day. My clients take it every day. It's really amazing. You can find me on Instagram as Stuart Rob Stewart. I am putting up a lot of information there as well. And if you're finding these videos helpful, remember to look back through my Rolodex of videos. I have over 800. The ones I would focus on are my what I ate today videos, my what not to eat videos, and there are lots of them, and what to eat, staple food videos. You're gonna have to do some searching around because there's a lot of them, but all the answers are in there. And what you will see is that you, as an individual looking to heal your skin, will need to customize your diet for you. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they're watching my videos or when they're seeing people talking about what works for them is they think that because I'm on an animal-focused carnivore diet that you have to be on a carnivore diet too. You don't. I think starting with animal foods is the best place to start. And through my experience, I know that plant-based dieting is an extremely challenging world to navigate because of all the trigger foods in it, all the plant toxins, all the anti-nutrients, all the challenging fiber to digest, which throw off your biomarkers and kind of mess up your gut biome. But when it comes down to it, everybody's diet's gonna be slightly different, and that's how you heal your skin.